always want to call it hashtag Rise and Grind Planner because that's what it was called forever and ever and ever. But I grabbed my Morning 5 planner and I opened it up, and right there at the top there was a quote, and the quote was submitted by Heather Tucker. And here's what the quote says: "There is no force equal to a woman determined to rise." And when I read that this morning, I thought, wow, that's a powerful quote, A. And the second thing I thought is that is really ironic because I had just read an article. I just read an article yesterday, as a matter of fact. And the article said this. The article said that after they did a study of 91 different companies, they did a study of over 60,000 leaders. And here's what they found out. And men, I'm just telling you, don't get mad at me. Don't kill the messenger here. Here's what they found out. They found out of 61,000 leaders across 91 different companies, they found out that 70% of men leaders are more confident, confident. However, 80% of female leaders are more competent. You hear that? You hear that? 70% of the men are more confident. We the dudes, we know what we doing. But in actuality, 85% of the women leaders were more competent in their job and in their role. So when I read that this morning, I thought, wow, to all you ladies out there, y'all need to speak up. Y'all need to let your voices be heard. Y'all need to step into those leadership positions with confidence. Step into those leadership positions with confidence, because when you do, you make all of our businesses better. So let's start the day that way here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Hey, guess what? Today is Tuesday. That's right. Today is Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Fair enough? Fair enough? Listen to you. Listen to me. Don't listen to you. Listen to me. I am coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. That's right. Live from Lexington, Kentucky, where we are just 4 days away. 4 days away from a Raiders victory over the Cincinnati Bengals in the NFL playoffs. That's right. That is going to be happening in an epic game that'll be played at Paul Brown Stadium this Saturday, 4:30 p.m., just an hour and a half away from where I am right here in Lexington, Kentucky. And check it out. We are also 3 days away. We are 3 days away from an epic birthday celebration that we have planned at a place called Champs. It's a little skating rink that we've got out here in Lexington, Kentucky. They also have laser tag and mini golf and all kinds of other stuff. But we are 3 days away from celebrating with Miss Willow. She's going to be 8 years old. Can you believe it? 8 kids. That one's going to be 8 years old. So we're 3 days away from celebrating that. Her birthday is actually 2 days from now, but we're 3 days away from celebrating that. And here's what's also really, really cool. Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. We are 2 days away from an opportunity that I now have, which I'm super excited about, to speak at the 2022 Georgia Realtors Conference in Amelia Island, Florida, where I get to pour into thousands of realtors from all around the United States of America And I'm super excited to be doing that on Thursday. I've got that coming up just a couple days. And here, check this out. We're also less than 24 hours away from tomorrow's epic Carter Myers Automotive Day, CMA Day as we call it, where I get the honor of pouring into their incredible organization. All the people across the board, including this guy right here. He's a handsome guy. He didn't know I was going to come up and pull him on camera, but he's a part of that organization as well, right? So I get the honor of doing that. That's less than 20. That's like right at 24 hours from now. A little bit more. 26 hours to be exact, right? So super excited about that. And then 12 hours from right now, it's Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, one of my favorite nights of the week. Me, the wife, the kids, we go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. Grandpa makes all the tacos. Grandma takes care of the babies, gives them all baths and all that good stuff. And me and my wife, you know what we get to do? We sit on the couch and we watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Yep, that's right. Don't judge me. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. And then like some cooking show or something like that. It's the one night a week where my wife and I just kind of unplug, and my wonderful mother and he's my stepdad, but he's been my dad since I was 11, so it's kind of weird calling him a stepdad, you know what I'm saying? But they just pour into our children and give us an incredible break. It's amazing. Looking totally forward to that 12 hours from now. Now, in between all of those things over the next 4 days, in between all of those things, there are workouts that I'm going to get in. There are coaching sessions with my amazing dealers in the 800% Elite Automotive Club, as well as individual coaching sessions. There are interviews on Fireside. This Friday, I'm going to have my man Shaka Dyson on interview on Fireside, Breakfast with Champions style. We've got other people's podcasts that I'm scheduled to be a part of and be on. There are meetings to attend with my team and other organizations that I'm super excited about working with. There is software to be developed as we are in the midst of developing some software in the auto industry that I'm super excited about. There are dozens, and I mean dozens of videos that need to be recorded. Dozens. All kinds of new content that we're in the process of creating right now. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of emails between now and then. There are hundreds, dozens, if not hundreds, of phone calls between now and then. Oh, and don't forget the 2-hour #Rise and Grind morning show. Don't forget that guy from 7 to 9 every day. We go 7 to 8:30 right here on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you're tuning in from, which, by the way, I want to make sure, let me go over here to the chat. Drop it in the chat real quick, which feed you are watching on today. If you're watching on Facebook, just go ahead and drop that in there. If you're on LinkedIn, I'd like to see that. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and drop that in there. I want to see where you're coming in from this morning, all right? I see Michelle Gardner. I see Mariana on Facebook. I see Ladybird and Tarika Simmons. I believe Peter Ainsworth is over there on LinkedIn. I see you, Mr. Peter Ainsworth. But go ahead and drop that in the chat. I would love to see where you're popping in from. And then, of course, my Clubhouse peeps, I see you over there as well. So I can see you visibly. So I'm grateful that you're here with us. There we go. Facebook, and Clubhouse. Jacqueline says she's all over the place. Theodore says he's in YouTube. Michael says Henderson, Nevada. I love it. Carrie Lynn Carter says she's on LinkedIn. We've got TM Hyman. He's on LinkedIn from ATL. Okay, Lisa White's on LinkedIn. Shauna is on Facebook. Mariana is in Atlanta also. Renee's in Atlanta also on Facebook. Dora Maria is on from Facebook. Okay, great. Where's my YouTubers? I don't see a ton of YouTubers. I need to see my YouTubers. Make sure my YouTubers pop in here, right? So, not to mention this show. Also, of course, we have the incredible programming from 5 to 7 a.m. over on Clubhouse with Breakfast with Champions. Then we have more programming on Clubhouse from 9 to 11. And then, of course, between now and then, there are 8 kids. Yeah, that's right. I got 8 babies on top of that, right? And with these babies, we have, practice and games and gymnastics and school. And don't forget things like puberty. Yeah, we're running into that stage with a few. And then you've got potty training. I've got every aspect, right? From puberty to potty training. I've even got the one adult one that I might need to go chase down her boyfriend Scott Simon style here pretty soon, right? I got one of those. And when I look at that, when I looked at all that this morning, I was like, holy smokes, man. I looked at that this morning and I was like, is this like really my life? Like, you're talking about a dude who was homeless. You're talking about a dude who was in and out of jail, a dude who was depressed, a dude who was suicidal at one point. And we're talking about the life of an outcast, a guy who was a complete outcast, a guy who was invisible. And yet now I'm seen. I was lost, but I have been found. I was down, but clearly not out. And so today, this morning, as I was writing down my gratitudes in my Morning 5 planner, I just got to say, I am so grateful for the life that I get to live. And I also am reminded of something that I wanted to share with everyone today. Yes, the experiences that lie ahead are incredibly exciting. The trainings, the taco nights, the speaking on an island in Florida, the football game, the birthday party, the technology, the software, all of these things, they're super, super, super exciting. No doubt about it. But let's not allow these things that we have in our life, these things that we're looking forward to, let's not allow these things to take away from this moment. This moment right here that we have an opportunity to spend together. An opportunity for us to be still. An opportunity for us to be present. An opportunity for us to experience here and now. An opportunity to be alive, to be able to dream, to be able to cast vision, to be able to expand. Let's not forget that this moment right here is a luxury. This moment right here is a gift. This moment right here was not promised, and it was not guaranteed. You see, my friends, you are here now, in this moment. And in this moment, it's time for us to rise. It's time for us to evolve. It's time for us to make an impact in other people's lives. And of course, it's time for us to grind. You see, folks, I think sometimes we can get a little carried away. I think sometimes we can be so focused on tomorrow or what's to come that we can forget about today. That loss of focus on this moment can cost us relationships. It can cost us opportunities. It can cost us to skip over the lessons that God has planned for each and every one of us to ultimately get us to the place where we need to be. So today, I want you to join me in this moment. Join me here as we expand what's possible for each other, as we grow together, as we continue to develop this relationship, me and you, mano y mano. And of course, I'm going to ask you in this moment to dance. Yes, let's go. Now that I got you right here with me, right where I want you, I'm going to need you doing some dancing. Look, Lolita's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, whether you're hanging out over on Clubhouse or you're on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever you are, say what's up and I'll say what's up back. Fair enough? Fair enough. Good morning. I want to say good morning to my crew real quick. Good morning, Lolita. I'm so glad you are here with us today. It's always a pleasure to see you in the morning. Good morning, Sara McCord. I'm glad you're here. Looking amazing this morning. Loving the color. What's up, Scott Simons, my man, in the building this morning. And Marvin, I'm going to go to you. We just got to get that feed all the way because I want to see that smiling face of yours. He's a little pixelated at the moment. So we're going to go over to my boy Marvin here in just a second. But I also want to say good morning to my Clubhouse peeps. What's up, TM? How you doing, Kate Holman? Glad you're here. Hey, did y'all know there's a little share button on Clubhouse now? Bottom left-hand corner, that little recycle button. If you click that, you can share the Clubhouse room out. How cool is that? Share it out into the hallway. So I want to see that number going up right now. If you don't mind, Kate, make sure you share. Dora, Maria, Leslie, Tosh, and Mrs. Pillow Talk. What up? Robin, how you doing, Alexander? What's up, Ramon? Glad you two are here. I see Kim and Jackie and Lily and Dr. Tanji. I see Selena. My man Nate Forrest is in the building as well. What's up, Elizabeth? There you go. That share number went up to 34, 35. Keep it going. Share it out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, of course, I got to say good morning to Becky Buckles. I got to say good morning to Betsy Everett. I got to say good morning to Valerie Oakley and Kim Fair. What's up, Lewis Smith? How are you? I see Moreno Moran, Amy Kennedy, Jeremy Nolling in the building, Beverly Richardson. What's up, Janice? How are you, Gilbert? Nate Forrest, I already said hi to you, but I'm going to say hi again. How you doing, Tarika Simmons? That's right, Renee Nord. That's what I'm talking about. Doug Thurston, Phyllis George, Christina Howard. There you go. Christina Howard's in the building. Lolita's all over the place. How you doing, Emily Galler? How you doing? Let's see, the nurse practitioner. You guys are chatting so much I can't see all the names. How you doing, Mary Lynn Wilkins and Catherine Rivon, Jacqueline Underwood. She's all over the place too. Love it. D. LeBron. I am so glad you all are here today because we have a heck of a show for you. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have a heck of a show for you. I'm going to be interviewing my man David Spisak today. We're going to dive in and spend a little time with David. He's the dude if you ain't met him yet. We've also got Tristan Souk. Tristan Souk is going to be joining us today. She's going to be doing some live performances for us here on hashtag Rise and Grind. So super excited to have her be a part of the show. Now, with that said, I need to call on a quick favor before we dive all the way in. The Breakfast with Champions podcast has been killing it. That's right. The Breakfast with Champions podcast has been killing it. And we want to make sure that thing rises all the way to the top. So, shameless little ask here. If you would do me a huge favor, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to the Breakfast with Champions podcast over on Apple, iTunes, wherever you subscribe to your podcast. That would be amazing. It would mean the world to me if you could do that. And that would be awesome. Fair enough? Fair enough. Is that a fair ask? I think that's a fair ask. All right, let's dive into today's episode of Rise and Grind. Thanks for being here. You guys mean the world to me. This is Breakfast with Champions, Millionaire Breakfast Club, your opportunity to get a seat at the table. That's right, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but we're going to be hanging out in Dallas, Texas. That's right, all the superstars of Breakfast with Champions in one place at one time, and we want you there. You got to go to breakfastwithchampions.live so you can join us, and I'm telling you, you never know how one event can completely transform your life. So come join us, breakfastwithchampions.live. Yes. We are back. Hashtag Rise and Grind. We got the crew with us this morning. How you doing, Miss Sara McCord?
Oh, I'm on mute. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got going on today? What are you thinking, man? I know you are one of those people that are always working. You're always thinking about what we got to do, where we're going, what we're doing next. All of those things. Sara, so as I'm talking about just being still and being present, does that like make you feel itchy all over, or what? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I was working while I was listening to you. Let's be honest. It's like I gotta be like, eyes up, McCord. I think one thing that I am focusing on in order to be more present is accepting help when people offer it. So I'll give you a perfect example. I was interviewing Anais on Fireside yesterday. It was an amazing conversation. Make sure you listen to the replay. We'll get it up on the podcast, talking about growing your business and marketing in line with your values. And she called me after for like a kind of a debrief. What'd you think? How'd it go? And she was like, Sara, what do you need help with? And I'm like, working on this. She's like, Sara, listen to me. Like, what do you need help with? I'm offering help to you. And she's a marketer I really respect. And I'm like, you want to help me market this Dallas event? Because it's going to be incredible. And we haven't had time to like really market it like we should. And she's like, heck yeah. And she sent me a brief on Lundy last night that she's going to send over to you today. And it's like, when someone leans into it and says, like, do you need help? Like, accept their help, because that's going to allow you to be present in the other things is like really what's on my heart this morning. And I'm super excited, guys, for what Anais is sending over. She's so brilliant.
She is brilliant. And I love that. And we all, tend to have those conversations in our head, right? Where we're like, I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to inconvenience that person, all of those things. But I think we're really missing the boat. We're missing the opportunity to allow other people to serve, which is just as important as far as I'm concerned.
But you know me, I'm popping all the way in. So when you talked this morning, Glenn, about, the pre-pep talk got me all the way started. So the pre-pep talk got me started. Then you talked about there is no force greater than a woman ready to rise. That's right. Now. A woman ready to rise. You got Sara and I right here. You got all the champions that's sitting over there, the women. This is 2022. We're coming all the way through. But this is what really got me. You really recapped my TEDx talk. It's about how a momentary interruption can shift you to be your revolutionary self. It's about feeling that power in the pause. So today, this show right here is nothing short of power. Get ready, y'all. Hold on tight. We're coming through.
Bringing it, as always, Lolita Walker in the building this morning. I was talking with Lolita and Marvin and Sara and Scott Simons this morning. I was like, come on, y'all. We got to bring it today. The audience needs what y'all got today. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, Glenn. And, looking at this, shot, I got to upgrade my wardrobe. Marvin and I were talking about this earlier. Obviously I'm at the dealerships. I'm here early, but, the women are looking awfully sharp. And so Marvin and I are going to back channel a little bit, even if it's, like
Marvin,
a mullet.
did you go grab a blazer? Did he?
Yes, he did. Yeah. He did.
He went.
No, listen. I'm Scott and I. You guys don't know what Scott and I have got planned. Trust me. Do you know what I mean? We're coming for you, girls. Yeah. You ladies are gonna have to keep this up. Lolita with her necklaces and amazing jewelry. Seriously,
I'm ready.
We're for you.
Y'all sure you want to go down this road? Y'all sure you want to go down this road?
Well, here's what I will say. But here's the thing, and I'll fairness back to the topic at hand. Like, look good, feel good, play good, right? That's what it's all about.
Well, even if it's just from the pants up, we're going to step our game up. So y'all just watch. Stay tuned. Marvin, we're going to have some fun with this. I can see some hats, some accessories. My earrings, you know, my holes grew up years ago, but I may have to bring them back. You know, who knows what y'all gonna see.
And now I just got a visual I did not want to get. Thinking about old Scotty Simons there.
Hey, fun fact. My wife don't have her ears pierced. Never has. I've had my ears pierced. Just a little fun fact for you right there.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for sharing
You've
that.
obviously met my wife.
Well, I've been reading the Green Lights again with Matthew McConaughey, and I just got to the part in the book where he talks about how he was playing the bongos at 2:36 in the morning, buck naked, when the police busted into his house and arrested him for smoking weed and playing the bongos in the nude. And all of a sudden, for some reason, when you said we're going to be okay from the top up, I just had this vision of Scott Simons playing the bongos buck naked 2:30.
Giving you some ideas. That would be the Rise and Grind after show. But man, we would have a lot of fun. You talk about me dancing, we'd be some dancing going on.
There would be some dancing going on, no doubt about it.
Just don't stand up. Just don't stand up.
No, whatever you do.
Whatever you do, don't stand up, Scott.
Yeah, it's cold here in Virginia too.
I'll never look into the same.
Well, if you change the way you start your day, it'll make a massive impact on your
Oh my
Then you said we need to free flow a little bit more. This went straight downhill. You watch what you asked.
Hey, he said
look
it's
at
cold in
Marvin's
Virginia.
Well, I'm still trying not to think of Scott standing up. I'll be honest.
Yeah, we have now painted quite the visual for our entire audience here this morning on #Rise and Grind.
This may be my last show after that. You know, it's been real.
I don't know, man. When I pop over here to the chat, let's see what everybody here in the chat has to say.
I'm sure they're lighting me up.
Love that, Scott Simons. Yep. Okay. Yep. Love the necklace. Okay.
Actually, Scott, you know, we would love for the show to go viral in its second week.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know,
Exactly.
you take one.
Take one for the team. All right, tune in tomorrow.
Hold on, Glenn.
We have a new strategy to
Yes,
announce.
Marvin. Yes, Marvin.
Scott
No,
Simons.
look. I can see. I'm just reading the chat, Sarah. I'm just reading the chat. It says, Glenn, please stand up. No, not Glenn. Scott, please stand up. I'm just reading it here. It says, Scott, please stand up. No, seriously, in the chat. They want the people have spoken.
Oh my goodness.
Don't
Don't ask me to do that tomorrow, though. Only
Let's go.
only
go.
today.
He said,
Next
don't ask me
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Don't ask
Y'all,
tomorrow.
when Alexander comes on and says that everyone knows that I cried off all my makeup laughing, I blame all of you when people say I need to get my glam squad up today.
I'm just glad Ramon's not on here. He would really have a lot of fun with me this morning. That guy'd be
he's
lighting me
coming.
up.
He's coming.
Scott,
Don't
Not
bring him
listening,
this time.
is he listening right now?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think he's in the. I think he might be in the green room.
Oh boy,
hanging out, listening about everything that we're talking about right here. That might be the case. That might be the case. Scott, get him, Ramon, get him.
Listen, I'm seeing the chat, and I'm loving it. Scott Simons, I think you should stand up at every single segment, Scott. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I'm feeling.
Because it's going to be business in the front and party in the rear starting tomorrow.
Do you know what I love though? Here's the thing, like, if I can bring us back, if that's okay. I do
Please.
think that when you're talking about being present, like, this is what it's all about. And I'll tell you, like, you know, one of the things that we do, we read all of your feedback. We know that, you know, you all are looking for an experience with all of us, you know, having breakfast with you, right? It was kind of the start with Breakfast with Champions, us spending time together in the morning, motivation, education, inspiration. And I do think in true friendships, which was the subject of the morning room, like, you're going to have moments like this. You should laugh and joke and digress. Like, this is us being present, that it's not all like, here's my Academy Award speech for whatever day of the week it is, Tuesday at, you know, 7:30 in the morning. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it for sure. And we hope you guys feel like you're a part of this. Like, make jokes about Scott in the chat. We want to hear it. We want to see it. So.
Oh, please don't egg him on. Please don't egg him.
But yeah, it really is important. When's the last time we just sat and laughed? I mean, golly. I mean, even in, you know, speaking from my own experience, you know, I've been here in the studio now for right at like an hour and 45 minutes. It's all production and shots and creation and all of this stuff, you know, and it's like, hold up, man. Like, yes, we need our calendars. Yes, we need our time blocking. Yes, there are success strategies. But what's the point if you can't stop and laugh and have a little bit of fun, right? Like I was talking to somebody the other day, you know, on the plane. Like when I fly, I don't work on the plane, and people give me a bunch of grief for that because it's an empty space, right? And I'm just like, dude, if my life is at the point where I can't even enjoy a flick at 30,000 feet above the ground, like, is it really all worth it? And I know other people are like, that's my most productive time. I totally get it. Do you? But for me, if I can't just like watch some trash, like whatever, like some junk, if I can't have some junk food media while I'm at 30,000 feet, then I'm working too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Listen, I take a nap. I sleep before the plane takes off. That's my body saying, this is your time. And if there's somebody interesting beside of me, we might have a juicy conversation, but I will get in some sleep.
I feel you on that.
Glenn, that's why opposites attract. My team knows when I'm in the air because that's when I shoot out the most emails. That's when I get the most like, oh, he's in the air. You know, I may grab a beer and start typing. They're like, oh, he's in the air right now. But anyway, that's why
you let loose at night. Like you guys have your shuffleboard competitions and you know, all of that stuff. Whereas, you know, I can't, if I were to try to watch a movie in my house, your average 90-minute movie in my house takes about 4 hours and 27 minutes because you got to pause it every freaking 60 and a half seconds, right? For some reason or another. So it's about finding the space, I think, to be able to just let loose, have a little fun, smile a little bit and laugh, right? Speaking of letting loose, having a little fun, smiling a little bit and laughing, we're about to bring my man Ramon Ray into the building. Ramon is our good news, curator. Is that the right word? What's the right word, Ramon? You're so much smarter than me. Should I call you the good news curator? The good news
reporter.
That's so boring, though. You're so much more than a reporter. He's the good news
nugget snatcher
seeker. The good news attractor. I don't know. He just does a lot with good news. So I'm gonna let Ramon go ahead and do his thing with the good news segment right now.
And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good News, everybody. We learned about being mindful. We've talked about a good movie at 30,000 feet. Scott standing up. I'm seeing all the DMs from the ladies saying, woo, woo, stand up again. And so many more comments. Good morning and welcome to Good News on Rise and Grind with Glenn Lundy. I'm Ramon Ray. Our 3 good news nuggets today. 5 mindless habits that may be making you a bit more irritable. There's a new book from the famed Donald Miller. His first book was Story. He has a new book coming out called Hero on a Mission, and the first Cambodian American mayor assumes his post. Our goal always with the good news is to do one of 3 things: make you smarter, make you laugh, warm your heart. And if we do all 3 things, we've won as well. As I said, I'm Ramon Ray, and you can get to know me better at RamonRay.com or on IG at Ramon Ray Smart Hustle. So with that, ding, 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 ding. When you hear the sound of that bell, you know it's time to start good news. Let's go with it. 5 mindless habits making you more irritable. Sometimes we wake up or we go to bed or eating our lunch and we just feel, we feel irritable. We feel like not so great. There's a few things that may make you doing that. 1, not eating when you're hungry. Go think about that for a bit. Binge watching, this is for you, Glenn, binge watching, emotionally trying TV before you go to bed. Actually, that's not for Glenn. That's probably for Marvin. Staying inside all day long, checking notifications on your phone as soon as you get them. We don't do that at Rise and Grind. And doom scrolling. Listen, if you're feeling a bit irritable, there's probably some habits you may want to tweak or change that'll make you feel happier, make you feel better. And as Glenn Lundy says, if you change the way you start your day, it'll make a massive impact in your life overall, and you can see that. The links for all these things, DM me on IG, good news, DM me good news, and I'm happy to share these links and resources with you. Number 2, a new book coming out called Hero on a Mission, A Path to a Meaningful Life. Probably a new book for you to check out, Glenn, and add to your reading list. I know you're a well-read man. This is by Donald Miller. He talks about 4 characters here. And actually, Glenn, you've talked about this and other things we've had on Rise and Grind. The victim, the villain, the hero, and the guide. Miller shows us how we can be more aware of our mindset and our attitudes and live a more meaningful life. He also says the readers will learn how to create simple life plans, take control of their lives, and experience meaning beyond productivity. So that's Donald Miller's new book, Hero on a Mission, A Path to a Meaningful Life. I'm sure you can see that available at Amazon.com. And last but not least, for Good News segment today, we have another segment coming up, is the first Cambodian American mayor assumes post. This is Sokari Chow, was a city councilor in Lowell, Massachusetts. He was chosen to be mayor recently, and he made history as the first Cambodian American mayor in the U.S. So kudos to you, Mr. Chow, I believe it would be. Congratulations. Chow immigrated to the U.S. with his mother and siblings during the Civil War in Cambodia in the 1970s. Sadly, his father was executed by the Khmer Rouge in 1975. But the good news of the day is that we have another immigrant, another success story coming to America. And in essence, we're all immigrants here in one way, shape, or fashion, who's the first Cambodian American mayor. So that's a good news. I don't think I want to be mayor of anything. Do I want to be mayor? No, I don't. I'll stay being the Good News Rise and Grind reporter, host,
Oh,
whatever
maybe
it may
you're
be.
the Good News mayor, Ramon. Maybe you just landed
The
on that.
mayor. He could
The
be
mayor
the
of Good
mayor of Good News.
Okay, I'll take that.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'll take it. Maybe I get a key to the city. What do you think, Marvin? You like that?
I actually think the mayor thing could be really, really good. I don't know what mayors look like in the US, but here in the UK, we have like the town crier with the bell and everything.
I was
seeing
gonna say,
him with the hat.
you need to
and
get
the
him
red
a
coat,
powdered
you know?
wig to fit in with your, your parliamentary procedures. Should he have a wig, Marvin? What do you think?
I love it. Now, I do have a wig, Sarah. I do have an afro that I wore to visit my wife in Times Square one day. She was horrified. She turned around and said, Ramon, why are you walking with an afro on? It was hilarious. I'm going to buy one for Scott as well and see how we can look together. People won't be able to tell us apart.
No, not at all. Man,
We
I'm
want to
with
see
you.
that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ramon, Afro wig on Zach.
We'll see about it. But what did you think about that, Scott? The first Cambodian American mayor. What did you think about that? Sorry, Glenn. What did you think about that, Scott?
You know, where you come up with this information and these stories, and then, you know, to hear about a book that you suggest. I love your energy. I just, you know, I can't help but just to smile whenever you come on. Obviously, now I know why I'm on the show. They made fun of my dancing yesterday. I'm getting lit up in the comments today. And I was trying to figure out, why am I on this show? You know, maybe it's because I knew Glenn a long time, but I see now. You're the mayor and I'm the town jokester. So I get it now. I get it. Now I'll accept that role proudly.
I love it.
Ramon, I do
And
want
you
to.
showed the leg and the fly as well.
Guys, I know we're having a lot of fun this morning, but I do want to say it was actually really special what Ramon shared, that you think generationally that this mayor's father literally lost his life for political beliefs. He came to America and now he's mayor in this country. I think that is not just fun and good news, but really powerful too. And I love that you brought that up this morning, Ramon. It's really special, really powerful.
Appreciate that. Marvin, you were going to say something, then I know we got to turn to Glenn Lundy. Or Glenn, we'll turn to you right now. I know your time is short. Go for it, brother.
Well, you know, I was going to say something, and then Sarah got all like, for real there. And now I feel bad going back to the king of pants and the mayor of Good News and all those things. I don't even know where to go from here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, Ramon, thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Welcome, brother.
I know you'll be back here in just a little bit with some more good news for us. It's always a plum-pleasing pleasure, as Les Brown would say, to have you here on the show. So thank you so much, Ramon. Absolutely love you, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ramon Ray with the good news. Ramon is a staple here on hashtag Rise and Grind, and it's always an honor and a privilege to be able to introduce you to him. If you like the good news from Ramon, make sure you let us know in the comments so we can make sure to bring him back over and over and over again. And then, of course, DM him, right? DM him if you've got some good news that he can share or any of those things. Make sure you connect with Ramon. He's absolutely stinking awesome. With that said, speaking of awesome people, our musical guest today is my friend Tristan Sook, and she is going to be performing for us live this morning. And so we're super excited to hear her incredible, incredible voice. Trista, you ready?
Going.
We're
Everyone,
doing.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Trista. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We're super excited to hear from you.
I am so excited to play for you all this morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
The
you
song.
bet.
So the song is called "Smile," and it's my original song. It's my first time like releasing a song on streaming platforms, so it's super exciting, and I can't wait to play it for you guys.
That's awesome. So if we love it, we can download it and stream it. That's what you're telling us, right?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. Yeah, it's called "Smile" by Trista Sook on all the streaming platforms that you use. It's there. It's on YouTube. It's here right now. You know what's up?
That's what's up. Well, let's do it. Let's hear it. Let's change the way some people start their day with little Trista Sook. And if you guys love the song, make sure you go download it. Smile by Trista.
Is it all over? What's the story now? Little by little, I'm figuring it out. It only gets harder the longer we wait around. Let's meet in the middle and get it figured out. Praying for change, God, show us the way. Desperate, afraid, so sick of these games and all that we've been through. All my life I've seen it, fake love and loss repeating. Let's dance these streets a while, put out these hateful fires. Ooh, we're so lost, bruised, confused. It's been a while since I've seen you smile. When is it over? We're so up and down. It could be simple, but compromise ain't your style. Praying for change, God, show us the way. Lonely, afraid, so sick of these games and all that we've been through. All my life I've seen it, fake love and loss repeating. Let's dance these streets a while, put out these hateful fires. Ooh, we're so lost, bruised, confused. inside. See you smile. Ooh, baby. I wanna see you smile. Ooh, you can make it last. You can make it last for a while. You smile. I want to see all of you smile. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Amazing. Incredible.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So good this morning, Trista. Oh my goodness, so great to hear you sing again, and so amazing to see your smile. Thank you. Listen, I have a question for you. You talked about praying for change. You talked about putting out the hurtful fires with your smile. Can you tell us maybe when was a time where your smile really came all the way through? Maybe it's even what inspired you for this song. It's so beautiful.
Thank you so much, Lolita. Well, what actually inspired the song was the lack of smiles, not so much like the smile at the time. But through this song, I hope to see that smile, like putting out those hateful fires. You know, it's just I wrote this when I was living downtown Toronto in my apartment, super locked down. Toronto was super locked down. And I just felt like the city was a very, very sad and lonely place at that time. It was like last January, and I really wasn't seeing anyone smile anywhere. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I miss smiling. I miss seeing people smile. I miss just like the genuine happiness in the city, like overall. And that's really what inspired the song. And I cannot wait to like play this more and show the world and see people smile. Like all of you lovely people.
Well, we love your smile, and girl, you were like, once you started getting in there, like, I can't sing, but when you started getting in there, I was like, dang, I wasn't expecting all of that. So you can tell that it really comes from your heart. You feel it. You allowed us to feel. I love when I feel music, not just hear music, but feel music. And you've got it going on. So I'm super excited to hear another song from you here in just a little bit here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Trista, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful song with us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so already, you should be running to your phones to download Smile by Trista Sook. Go download it right here, right now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to check in with my boy Alexander Gonzalez and see what he's doing out there and about with all y'all hanging out in internet land.
What is up? Good morning, Alexander Gonzalez, not the fat dad, across social. And I am super excited to be with you guys this morning. Lots of comments. Again, LinkedIn for me is slaying with the comments. And I actually got a really interesting, so it's so funny because Sarah commented to me privately that I like the blue on blue. I was actually wearing a black blazer with the yellow shirt, and someone on our, hold on guys, sorry, I have this. In our comments said that today is, here, let me get that up. Today is actually a day that we are in remembrance of those that have suffered through human trafficking. And so we're wearing blue to honor those people being rescued in that space. So I ran upstairs and I threw on some blue in honor of that cause. And I have also seen that Maria Simonetti says that I'm learning that myself, Sarah. We are so conditioned to think asking for help is a sign of weakness. We kind of pulled that into this morning after yesterday's conversation. Janine M. Stafford says, the nice bringing it back full circle, Sarah, talking specifically about the good news that, that Ramon brought us about the mayoral candidate who recently won. We got a little heat being thrown your way, Mr. Glenn. Peter Ainsworth Johnson says, Cincinnati, Ohio, brother. I'm here in Cincinnati. Perhaps I will see you at the tailgate. Who dey? Who dey say gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody. I don't know if that's like codes. I'm reading what I'm seeing. I guess who dey, is that a Bengals thing?
That's a Bengals thing, and they better pack a lunch because we bringing it this week. They better pack a lunch.
Well, I don't know who they is either, Glenn. So here we go. Jacqueline Underwood, who, by the way, is slaying the comments, and she's sharing it across all socials. Thank you, Jacqueline. She says, Scott, stand up for your rights, brother. Stand up for your rights. So I like it. Again, with Trista Suk coming in, there was some fire being loved. Jacqueline Underwood also said, yas, Trista. Lolita Walker said, Trista, you are phenomenal. Dr. Jamesia Braxton said, such a beautiful song, Trista Suk, and beautiful lip color. These people are watching all the things. They're seeing our necklaces, our lip color, our shirt color, our smiles. And at the end of the day, thanks to Trista Suk and so many incredible people, we are reminded to smile. It's the best article of clothing. It's the best fashion piece you could wear is your smile. So make sure that you're out there smiling all day, bringing joy and bringing love. Why? Just because. Over to you, Glenn.
I think we're supposed to holler at you for a minute, Alexander. I do love the blue.
Oh, I love it. Over to you, crew.
Representing for the guys. For sure, for sure. I love that today is kind of like fashion and joke day. We didn't plan that. It's just happening organically. But I'm so grateful for everyone who pops in the comments and shares their feedback and what they're thinking. And it's exciting for me. I'll tell you, I go back after the show each day and I read through and I try and comment back to at least a few people like, hi and good morning and thank you for watching, because I appreciate y'all taking the time. And when you comment, we know they're enjoying this segment. They think this was valuable. They like when we rib on Scott. We need to know these things. Like everyone was like, you leave Scott Simons alone. We'd be like, okay, duly noted,
if you can't.
Yeah, I think people are quite protective of their one phone call. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. If you can't have fun and laugh and, if I can bring a smile to someone's face, even the days that, we may not feel like getting up or getting out in the cold or waking up as early, some of the comments that we read and the shares and the smiles that we bring to your face is well worth it. And, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you really laugh at? So I've been reading the comments over here, and there's some pretty funny comments. And, they got busted on not being able to dance yesterday, and it's my attire today. So why don't y'all pick on Marvin a little bit? I mean, come on, help me out.
Because he's British.
Yeah. Because he looks so professional, and he talks so professional. Yeah, look at him.
Through the morning show.
No, listen, I'm just here to provide the balance.
I kind of notice our chaperones sometimes, a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. This week we have been talking relationships, we've been talking about communication, we have been talking about connection, and I think that this whole thing today have brought all of them together. So thank you so much, Alexander, for bringing in the crew, letting us know what everybody's thinking. Over to you, Glenn.
Now, Alexander, they said if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? And the first thing that popped in my head was Scott Simons, right? I mean, if we can't laugh at ourselves, we can always laugh at Scott Simons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it, man. I love the energy you bring to the show, and I am so grateful that you are in my world and in my life and a part of #Rise and Grind. Keep connected with those folks. Keep bringing them to us, Alexander. That's what you do. You bring them to us with love, and that's what we need more of here on this planet. So I love you, man. We'll see you a little bit later in the show. Thanks for being here. My man. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Alexander with our little social pop-in, which we love. I'll be right back here in just a second. I'm going to bring David Spisak to the show this morning. And this guy right here, if you don't know David Spisak, he's the president and CEO of Reverse Risk, which is a web-based analytics program used by, go ahead, what's that? Oh, I heard something. I guess I'm getting an old bio here, Spisak. Well, you're going to get us caught up here in just a second. Congratulations on the sale. We'll let you catch us up here in just a second. We'll be right back, folks. This is Breakfast with Champions Millionaire Breakfast Club, and dude, I got to tell you, I am blown away. That's right. Hashtag Rise and Grind is back. The #1 morning show in the world. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. We're bringing it back, baby. Powerful guests. The only way to start your day. Rise, evolve, impact together. Hashtag Rise and Grind. That is powerful, valuable stuff. And David Spisak, welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind this morning, my man. I appreciate you being here. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Good morning to you from the West Coast. Everything is good. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm up. I'm ready.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do it. It's one of the things I love when I interview my West Coast guests is that the no matter how humble, no matter who they are, the West Coast guest always reminds me that they are on the West Coast when they're on Hashtag Rise and Grind.
Well, you know, it's I mean, we're 3 hours behind you, but I don't know. Generally, I can't guarantee it for everybody, but for me, I think most people I know from the West Coast, I think we go to bed happy, we wake up happy, and just happy and humbled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Go to bed happy and wake up happy. Spisak, I can't keep up with you. You've done so many incredible things with your life, as was noted earlier when I was bioing you on a company you've now sold. I can't keep up. You're moving at the speed of light on me over here, David. So what are you doing now? What are you working on? What's going on here in the world today as we get to know you a little bit better here this morning?
So I sold that particular company to Reynolds and Reynolds. For those of you that aren't familiar with the car business, they're a big multi-billion-dollar privately held organization, and then I stayed on for a bit because that's what you got to do when you sell a company like that. But I left that, separated from my work contract having to do with the sale. Started a consulting firm called Disruptive Growth Solutions. We have 4 distinct practices. One is training, and we're building an LMS, which should be launched next month with Jay Abraham, the one and only greatest, most highest compensated marketing consultant in the planet. So it's myself, Brian Benstock, and Jay that are doing that, along with another associate of ours, Jen Moore. In addition to that, we have a technology practice where we incubate or invest in technology platforms. The third thing that we do, the third practice, is a technology consulting practice where we have about a dozen clients around the country and one overseas. And the fourth practice is a dealership consulting practice. So that's the main thing that I do. I do pretty much a lot of tech, a lot of development. We're building 4 different software platforms of our own and an app right now in addition to the consulting. So try to stay busy, stay out of trouble.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're just kind of sitting around doing nothing. That's what I heard there, David. Just cruise control.
Staying out of trouble.
Yeah, just cruise control.
Right.
Enjoying retirement. Right?
Reinvention, my friend. It's just all about reinvention constantly.
It is, David. It is all about reinvention, and I love all of the different spaces that you are in, and I love how youthful you are, mind, body, and spirit. No matter how many years you've put on this planet, you're running with the youngest and freshest and greatest minds all around, and you're always thinking of new. You're always thinking of innovation. You're always thinking of how you can serve, and that's one of the things that I would like to note is, and I didn't know this about you as much. We've known each other for a few years from the auto industry. But what I didn't know is, like, right now, in the midst of all that you just listed off that you're doing business-wise, you're also doing free coaching. What is it? Every Friday, every other Friday, you're doing free coaching.
Every other Friday, my friend.
Yeah, with people, like, they can come in, they can ask business questions, which most people in your position could easily charge tens of thousands of dollars for people to be in a program like that where they can extract that wisdom from you, and yet you're doing it for free every other Friday for anyone who wants to jump in there. It's really spectacular. Talk to me, Spisak, in the midst of all that you're doing, how, and I know you're you're an ROI guy, you're also an impact guy, but you're a data guy, and so you run numbers, and your time is incredibly valuable. And so how is it that this free coaching fits into that overall picture of who you are and where you're going?
Well, first and foremost, I got to give you credit, Glenn, because this really came about after me investing the time on Breakfast with Champions and showing up every morning. And I really began to see the impact. I saw a couple things. I started to see the impact that Breakfast with Champions was having on real people from all over the world. I could tell that it was impacting them in a very positive way. And it was really important. It was a very important way for them to start their day. I also noticed that so many of them were entrepreneurial in nature, and the majority of those seemed to be one woman or one man, armies out there against the world. And I also heard how much that they desperately, I shouldn't say desperately, just passionately wanted to get to the point where they achieved their best life. Or we often hear people say the best version of myself. And it sounds easy when somebody just rolls that off their tongue. But I know, as being a lifetime entrepreneur, it is anything but easy. And one of the biggest stumbling blocks that I see is the financial side. Most people can't afford to pay me what companies pay me every single day to assist them in growing their company, scaling their companies, building their products, or whatever it might be. And so really, in a homage to Breakfast with Champions and the impact it had for me and for others that I was listening to, I decided I'm going to give back. I love to give back. I've been really focused on philanthropic. My wife and I have a organization called Equality for All, HDI, Equality for All, that stands for Hania and David Incorporated, Equality for All. And we give back to about 70 nonprofits here in Oregon, mostly focused on marginalized communities, people that don't have a voice, a number of other things, immigration's rights, women's rights, and Latino Network, an incredible organization called Dougie Center, which provides grief counseling for children who have lost a sibling or a parent. And so one of the other things I've done for a long time is I've mentored young businesses that couldn't afford to pay me, and I've done that locally. So this was a way of extending it out. I love the fact that you had the ability to reach people all over the planet. I thought, well, let me do a little bit of that. I can do just a small amount. So I started offering it up, and every week myself and my team, we develop a really meaningful, impactful 2-hour class that somebody can immediately go and use to increase their business, improve their margins, improve their ability to network with people, to go get funding, whatever it is they need. I've done everything from concept and creation to scaling and exiting businesses several times. And so I just want to give back to anybody and everybody. And at this point, hey, we're small, I'm small, but we have about 1,000 people that will come in and out of our coaching class, my coaching class every other Friday. And I'm really just proud to give back. And the cool thing, this, Glenn, when we kind of give to other people, you can't give without getting. You just don't. It's not the way the world works. It's not the way the universe works. So every time I do this, what I've gotten is these tremendous relationships, a phenomenal community of people that really care about each other. And when people come into the coaching class and all they have to do is DM the word coach or coaching on my Instagram side, in my bio, which you can find the link here. But when they go to that, they get instant access, not only to the upcoming class, say this Friday, but they get access to every class I've ever done for free. They get access to the community. And in addition to that, we do something nobody else, I don't think, has ever done. And that's when they're part of the community. If they've got questions, it doesn't matter if they're legal questions, if they're fundraising questions, if they're presentation, raising a deck, investment decks, whatever, we will assist them. And we've done 100% of it for free. We haven't charged anybody $1
It's really, really, really amazing and spectacular that you put that together. It says a lot about who you are, and I love that Breakfast with Champions was able to be a catalyst for that kind of a spark to generate
Absolutely.
that idea, and then obviously be able to help you connect with people around the world. And speaking of Breakfast with Champions, you got a panel of some folks that I met here on Breakfast with Champions, and they wanted to talk to you a little bit this morning too, Mr. Spisak. So I'm going to grab you, and I'm just going to toss you over and put you right there in the hot seat. There he is. Go get him.
Oh
There's
man!
that
Oh
smile.
man! How
Hey,
are you?
Mr.
How are you,
Spisak.
Lolita? How are you, Scott? Hi, Sarah. Hey, Marvin.
Hi, David.
Hey, I
Reporting
have
for
a
duty.
question for you. Sorry, it's a little lag. Go ahead, David.
No, I just said I'm reporting for duty. Hit me.
I love it. Attention, attention. Hey, David, as one of your online coaching students, I'm super proud to be speaking with you today. Listen, I love your motto of, I want to empty my head before I'm dead. I was so surprised you didn't mention that. I love it. So my question to you is, you oftentimes talk about being uncommon. And I'd love for you to talk a little bit about why being uncommon is so incredibly imperative for everybody here today.
Thank you, Lolita. I appreciate the question, and I love being on your podcast. I love everything you guys do and that you do. So, here's the thing. It occurred to me, I like a lot of people these days, it's not really an uncommon story, ironically, but I grew up, with in an unfortunate childhood that, by the grace of God, I was able to block most of it out. My father took thousands of photographs, and I got my hands on them, decades later. And it wasn't until I saw those photographs that I was kind of able to, interestingly, piece together my life, because I really had blocked out most of what had happened. When I grew up in those circumstances, we grew up poor. We had powdered milk. We had powdered mashed potatoes. Everything had the word helper on it. But I had 4 amazing brothers and sisters. The best thing my father ever did was he walked out on us, and my mom was an angel, and she is God. Thank God she's still here. She's an angel on this earth. Well, one thing that she taught me was the fact that regardless of our circumstances, or how we may feel about ourselves at some time or another, we all are uncommon. We all have uncommon traits. The interesting thing is, if you think back to when you were a kid and what really lit you up and what gave you hope and excitement and motivation as a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, and I ask this of people when I speak to them, is what were those traits that you had that really excited you, lit you up, or just what would people know you by as a child? And I'm interested all the time, do you still use any of those traits as an adult? The interesting thing is the things that people oftentimes loved and gave them that energy and that power and that hope, they actually move away from. As they go into college and out of college, they become very practical, very methodical, and they just go get a job or get into a career so they could pay their bills and move on with their life. But funny thing is 75% of the people on this planet actually don't love what they do. They don't like what they do. They hate what they do. It doesn't give them satisfaction. And what I'm trying to teach them is, if you get in touch with what is uncommon about you, there is a secret there. The best of you lies there. And if you think about it, Lolita, for anybody listening, how do you get to the best version of you if you're not leveraging the best things about you? So I have a concept that I call seeking uncommon. And every time I speak to somebody, I'm seeking the uncommon in them so I could bring it out and reintroduce them to what is uncommon about them, because I know therein lies the secret to them getting to that best version of themselves. And right after that, they're on their way to getting to their best life.
David, that's so powerful. I want to ask you a question because it kind of goes back to what Glenn was talking about earlier. And our theme for this week, we're talking about friendships. We're talking about relationships. I feel super fortunate that I get to call you a friend. And Glenn was talking about how successful you are. And I know that you block out time for these Friday coaching calls, but if I ever call you, if I ever have a question, David, you will pick up the phone and you'll talk to me for like an hour. How do you do that? Like, that's something that I would aspire to do. Literally, what do you do with the rest of your day as a super busy, productive person when it's not time blocked to just make everyone feel like you have that much time for them?
I don't waste time. I'm 62, I'm into my 63rd year here, and you just realize, I think a lot of us, by the time you're 40, 45, 50, that, you may have more. And please, anybody, don't take this the wrong way. I'm certainly not saying anything negative about myself, but you have more good days behind you than in front of you. So in other words, the likelihood, unless I could double my age and get to 124, and I pray to God for myself and for everybody on this earth, I do not get to 124. I probably have more good days behind me than in front of me. What that does is it gives me urgency, and I've had urgency for a long time. It's like they say in the play Hamilton, why are you writing like you're running out of time? I live and work like I'm running out of time. I don't know. Nothing is guaranteed. I may not be here tomorrow. Hopefully by the grace of God, I'll be here long enough to celebrate many more anniversaries with my dear wife, and birthdays with my kids and loved ones. But, what I do is I'm hyper focused. I compartmentalize. On a Sunday, on a Saturday, I already know what I'm going to do on Monday. I've got my plays run for the week, or designed for the week. And so what happens is, when I have the opportunity to connect for a meaningful conversation like you and I have had the opportunity to do, it gives me the space to do that. And the other thing is, where am I? I get up at 4:35 in the morning. I'm not sleeping until 7, 8, 9. And then after my kiddos go to bed and my wife and I have spent time together, I don't go to sleep. I stay up, and like I said, I'm getting ready for tomorrow. What that does is it allows me to have that space and that time. So when you do have those special moments in your life, listen, face it, everybody, you don't have enough time to spend with everybody who you consider near or dear, or you'd like some more of in your life. So there's a couple things I would recommend. Number one, no is a beautiful word. It's a positive word, not a negative word. Say no to negativity, negative people in your life. Say no to, I don't spend time, streaming TV and playing video games and things of that nature. God bless anybody who does and enjoys it. That's great. My oldest son is in that business. It's great. It's his passion, but I know what my passions are. And first and foremost, Sarah, it's being able to have those types of conversations.
Well, David, you, sir, are one of a kind, my man. You are literally one in a trillion. And it is such an honor. We are thankful to have had you here today. Guys, if you want some help in the business world, or if you need, I don't just call him if you need a friend, but if you're looking to advance, David Spisak is a guy that will advance you. That's for sure. And so make sure you connect with him on Instagram. DM him the word coach. Is that right?
Yeah. DM the word coach or coaching. On my Instagram bio, and I have to say, it's exciting when you could go out and build a company and you could create a positive outcome, and you have this terrific exit from selling a company. That's great. That's awesome. But what's better, Glenn, and you guys know this, is when you help somebody else rise up and do the same thing. No doubt, my man. And so one of my entrepreneurs, people that my wife and I funded when nobody else would fund them, has built a $1 billion business in 4 years. 4 years time. 4 years ago, nobody would give them the money they needed. And so when you see that, and you can mentor people, and I've had the pleasure of helping people get to that 7, 8 figures and 9 figures. So please hit me up with coaching, because I honestly believe we've got a lot of people out there that could be incredibly successful, probably unimaginably successful.
No doubt. No doubt. Thank you, Spisak. So thank you for having me. Yes, thank you, David Spisak. You, sir, are the man. What about that guy right there, man? That guy is one in a trillion for sure. An incredible human. We're so lucky that we get to spend a time with him. I know each of you have been impacted in some way, shape, or form by David Spisak. And so David, our shout out to my man David for being here. this morning, and we're like running fast. The show's going quick now. We were talking back and forth about 2 hours, 90 minutes, 2 hours. Well, now it's like, oh my gosh, the show is moving and shaking. And so I am excited to bring back to you my man, Mr. Ramon Reid, for some more good news this morning.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Good News. I'm Ramon Reid. Our 3 good news nuggets in this segment. I know we're short on time. 1, dogs are bilingual, if you didn't know that. Roof, roof. We'll see about that. Ways to cook at home more often, and how to get your ideas heard more at work. So those of you who are employed and frustrated that your ideas are not heard, here's some tips for you. Our goals in these segments are to make you smarter, make you laugh, or warm your heart. You can get these good news notes. Simply DM me on Instagram, the keyword good news, and I'll send you these notes. So ding, 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 ding. Here we go with today's segment of good news. My son, by the way, lives in Budapest, Hungary. He has a dog. I was able to visit Stephen Coons, a Breakfast with Champions host as well, in Budapest. And it was ironic. They were talking in Hungarian and they were talking in English. Guess what? Dogs are bilingual. Hola, ¿cómo está? Arigato. So go figure. A study found out that dogs can distinguish between languages, indeed making them bilingual. The study also determined, check this out, that the older your dog is, the better their brain is at detecting unfamiliar languages. So guess what? You can teach an old dog new tricks. Number 2, there's some cool ways that you can take to cook at home more often. We know that, cooking at home is often healthier. Last night, me and my family had pizza and salad and some other things out to eat food because we were really, really busy. But cooking at home is often a better and more healthier option. Here's a few things that you can do. 1, you can do big things with small ingredients. What about utilizing leftovers? What about those of you who eat meat? Talking to your local butcher. What about keeping things simple, using sauces and reductions? What about using your freezer more often to have food preserved more? And also, don't forget, those of you who have children, you can get your kids to help. So those are a few things we can do to be healthier and to cook at home more often. And our third good news segment of the day. Listen, working for corporate America or working inside of any teams sometimes can be tough. Here's a little hack that I found interesting with how you can get your ideas to have more impact and heard more at work. And the hack is get other people involved. That's what the hack is. So for example, one person brings up a point or idea. The idea is immediately repeated and recommended by another person. Then the idea is moved forward by a third person. That's the secret. And the best way to do this is to plan this in advance. So those of you who are working for a company or on a team and you're like, why aren't they listening to me? It may be time for you to do some advanced planning and hacking and get other people involved. Glenn and team, this is Ramon Reid. This is good news of the day as we move this amazing segment along. It was so good hearing from David Spisak. I hope you all joined his group. I benefited from his weekly or every other week consulting and others. And I turn it back to Sarah, Marvin, Scott, and Lolita.
I love it. I love the story that when you went and you were talking about the dog in bilingual languages.
I know. I'm pretty sure Ramon at the beginning he got in a woof woof. Did you guys hear the woof woof? And he even got in a dad joke. So you can teach an old dog new tricks. I was like, he got in the dad joke and he got it. He literally barked. That was our first time barking. Ramon, I love it, man. Thanks for always bringing us some incredible good news. You're an incredible superhuman, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the stage. I don't know if you were here a little bit earlier, but Trista Suk came in here and shocked me and the rest of the world with her incredible song, Smile. This girl knows how to get down. She sings straight from the heart. It pierces through your soul. And so I'm super excited to share her with you again this second time here on #Rise and Grind. Trista, are you ready to bring it again this morning?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You
This
bet.
next song is
Let's do it.
this next song is a bit of a different vibe for sure. It's called Non-Existent, another song that I wrote, and this one goes out to anyone with a broken heart. Pebbles at my window. You can sing me a song that you wrote. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You can buy me a bouquet of daisies. You can get down on both knees. I can't see you. I can't see you. You're getting in the way. Since when did you wanna stay? How many times do I gotta tell you? Take the hits. You're non-existent. You can wear my favorite color. You can give me $1,000,000. I won't come near you. I won't go near you. You can tell all your friends I'm yours, but I don't talk to you anymore. 'Cause I don't know you. I don't know you. You're getting in the way. Since when did you wanna stay? How many times do I gotta tell you? Take the hits. You're non-existent. I remember when we couldn't spend a single moment apart. But now I am too busy picking up the broken pieces of my heart. How many times do I gotta tell you? Take the hits. You're non-existent. You're non-existent. No, you're non-existent.
Woo!
Incredible.
So
love
soulful.
that. Absolutely love that.
Trista, that's what's up. You said if they give me $1 million, and over on Clubhouse, Grant Cardone had just popped into the room. He said, "I give her $1 million. I give you $1 million." He's over on Clubhouse listening to you right now, Trista. That was phenomenal. Absolutely love your spirit. Love the sounds that you can produce. You're truly a gifted superhuman. And I want to give the panel a chance to to say hello to you, maybe ask a question real quick, and then I want to remind the audience to go download Smile. Go download Smile so that you can capture Trista Suk. You can capture her new song that she just released called Smile, and you can get this incredibly beautiful smile that you can see here on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn that she's got for us today. So Trista, I'm going to send you over to the hot seat for just a sec if you don't mind hanging out.
Hey Trista, this is Scott Simons. First of all, amazing. I love your Ferrari red lipstick, and just an amazing voice. And part of the benefit of coming on this show is getting to meet amazing people like you. So I just want to say thank you.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you. I feel that as well. I get to meet so many amazing people through this.
Thank you.
I'd love to jump in and ask a quick question if we've got time, Glenn, just because of the soul that you bring. I mean, to Glenn's point, you actually took me to like a smoky, jazzy type of dark room where I was just relaxing with, a really nice drink in my hand. I mean, where does that come from, that deep soul that we can hear in your music?
First of all, that was one of the best compliments I've ever received. Thank you. That's awesome. That's a really good question. I don't know. I've been singing for so long, like my whole life. But to be honest, like that soul raps didn't really develop right away, Like it kind of developed like later on in my musical career. I gravitate towards that kind of music, Like I love old jazz. I love blues. I love soul music. And I grew up in the church, so maybe there's something there as well, right? Singing gospel music in the church and whatnot. So I don't know. Like whenever I write music, it's just so soulful. Like I wish I could explain it. It's just my nature.
Well,
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do too. Brilliant. I absolutely. Thanks, man. Yeah, I absolutely love it as well. It clearly is the essence of who you are, and it comes across in your music, and it's absolutely incredible. So thank you so much for being here with us on hashtag Rise and Grind, pouring into us this morning. I know you're going to be a star. Will you do me a huge favor? Will you please just don't forget me on your way to the top, all right? Get us some tickets maybe when you're the biggest, most incredible artist in the world. I would love, they don't even have to be front row tickets. Just like get us in the theater. That's all I'm saying. I know it's going to be.
If it happens, 1,000%.
Okay,
1,000%.
thank you. Fair enough. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. That was Trista Suk. Make sure you download her album, Smile. Go download that right now. And speaking of people who make me smile, I'm going to hand it over to my man, Alexander Gonzalez, as he's going to wrap it up for us here today on hashtag Rise and Grind. Uh-oh, Alexander, I can't hear you. Maybe it's just me. Alexander, we can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Alexander, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Dang it, I gave something so powerful and you missed it all. But I'm going to do it again because I love me some Trista. And she is getting these chats on fire, people. They're comparing her to Norah Jones. They're saying she is so soulful. So many great, incredible things. Trista, you are loved. And we're excited to see all the downloads coming your way, girl. Let us know because people are going to be looking up Trista Suk after today. Huge is Al, look at that smile, is absolutely a gem dropper, a diamond dropper. Jacqueline Underwood, again, slaying it over on LinkedIn, says, such wisdom, a man of wisdom, hashtag David Spisak. Jacqueline continues with saying, love it. I don't waste time. I hear you. Maria Simonetti states, I love this man. So profound what he says. Profound was the common word used when describing David today. We also see that Jacqueline says, hey, I know about powdered milk. I like the comparison, right? When we see where someone came from and see where someone becomes. but you can relate. There's always Me Too's in different stories. Over on Facebook, we see that Susan Gay Betchel says, wow, I actually use that same thought process David is speaking about. Christina quotes saying, how do you get the best version of you if you're not leveraging the best things about you? That one really resonated with me as well. And Gloria Bond states, the word no is a complete sentence. But more than anything, I think what's the clear here for all of us is that both with the music, the guests, the panelists, and of course Glenn leading the way, people are being moved, they're being touched, they're loving what they're learning, they're loving what they're hearing, and they're loving y'all's clothing too, even if you're not wearing them down below. Back to you, panel.
Even if you're not wearing any down below.
Let's go, Scott.
Get that in there. I love it.
And I wanted to sound like I was on the news. Like I was like really trying to and even if you're not wearing them below. Like that was the goal.
Well,
First of all,
that's
Alexander,
work.
when you were muted, we could see your enthusiasm, and it was kind of incredible. I want people to go back and dump that as a TikTok, because that would be so funny.
Can someone actually record that? And listen, my voice, Trista, was much better the first time. I actually hit all the notes, so don't judge me for my second round.
Go back, drop that, remix it. We want to hear your voice to Alexander's enthusiasm.
I mean, he had spit flying, he had veins popping.
It was amazing.
Was that it? Look, I mean, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Listen, that's how I do, bro. That's how I roll.
Well, incredible, man. You always bring it, Alexander, and we are so thankful for you. And what a way to wrap up the show, right? We're going to wrap up today, and I think we just keep my boy Alexander right here. You got a couple more minutes to hang out with us, Alexander?
Sure.
All right, cool. As we shut this down, and then we're gonna head over to Clubhouse and continue these conversations, continue to have some fun, continue to change the way we start our day. Right? We're excited that you chose to spend the time with us here, and now we're gonna ask you to move over there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it in a special way. We're gonna have Alexander with his extra excited enthusiasm. He is going to ask kindly in his own loving manner for all y'all to get your butts on over to Clubhouse and to hang out with us for the next half hour. Does it sound good, Alexander? Can I put you on the spot like that?
Yeah, let's do it. So what's really cool about this is an opportunity, right? One of the things that we talk about on Clubhouse often is doors open or you're going to walk through. We make sure that everyone has a seat at the table every single day. But do you always get a voice? Well, for the next 30 minutes, you get that voice if you choose to take it. So make sure that you get your booties over on Clubhouse. Make sure that you're unmuting, raising your hands, and you're letting people know what you love, what you see, and what we can make better. Why? Because iron sharpens iron, and we are here for you. But we can only be here for you if you show up for you. So we look forward to seeing you over on Clubhouse.
There it is, Mr. Alexander.
Okay, Alexander.
Sending everybody over that way. I love it, man. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate you, sir. And to the rest of the crew here, thanks, Alexander. We'll see you. To the rest of the crew here, that's a wrap, man.
Glenn, I'm just glad I can be the butt of all the jokes and make people laugh.
The butt of all the jokes.
Now I see why I was invited. Now I see. I'm the class clown. I was like, maybe they need the hillbilly. Like now, I see clearly now why I'm here, and that's okay. I'm a good sport.
Scott, I just want to let you know that when I paint the picture of the show for people and I put everyone in their lanes, you are our Southern gentleman. Is actually how I cast you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've done a good job of you've done a good job of painting that image, Scott, of the southern gentleman. Took a couple nice paint brushes and a couple coats.
Thank y'all so much. What a great way to start our day. I think I've laughed this morning. I think I've cried this morning, and it's still, we still got the rest of the day to go. So it's an honor to run with y'all. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and some incredible music.
Well, let's go. Can't wait to hear what people have to say on Clubhouse. This has been absolutely amazing. What a powerful day, right? The music was phenomenal. The jokes were on point. Comments, #fire. Let's do it.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
that Tristan
All of the
was
guests have been
phenomenal.
amazing.
Go ahead, Marvin. Come on, Marvin. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna shut it down. I was gonna say, all of the guests have been absolutely incredible, and I really love the fact that I don't know why, but I'm not going to complain about it. But literally, all of the guests are exactly the type of music that I would listen to, so I'm loving it. And not to mention David as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a fantastic run. I'm excited for tomorrow. Everyone, tune in tomorrow, bright and early.
Yes. Well, we're going to head on over to Clubhouse. I'm going to send you guys over there. Now, you guys can head on that way over to Clubhouse. And for those of you here watching the show on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of those places, if you haven't done so already, do me a huge favor. Make sure you share this out. We would greatly appreciate it if you could do that for me. And I hope you have an incredible day. Gloria, thanks so much for spending your day with us. And Valerie and Christina, great to see you, of course, this morning. Thanks for being here with us today. And Jacqueline and Natasha and, of course, River C. Scott, thanks for being here with us today. River C. Elizabeth Sky, I see you. Thanks so much for being with us over on the video platforms. We're going to head over to the Clubhouse now, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again on #Rise and Grind. How's that sound? Fair enough? Fair enough. What is going on there? Interesting. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm figuring it out. It only gets harder the longer we wait around. Let's meet in the middle and get it figured out. Praying for change, God, show us the way. Lonely, afraid, so say